spending 40 to 50 minutes in the gym, she said. But who is doing the housework, household work? And the housemaid is doing the household work. I am doing work in the gym. Suddenly husband said, 3,000 rupees for the housemaid, 5,000 rupees for the gym, and a lot of money on this wear and tear and osteoarthritis, which has developed early in the age of 38 years, because you are not doing your work. You have to differentiate what is your work and what is your exercise. You need to do the work first and the exercise next. You may do exercise as your passion, as your entertainment, but you should, my dear young graduates, you should do your work. For everything, just walking around, just taking some book from the shelf, just switching it on, just, outright rejecting all these lifts and elevators, taking the steps. This is most important day-to-day work you can do. You need not miss this work and go for exercise. This you take it, because we need a working body, not an exercising body. Recently, these software engineers, they come with a lot of problems. The commonest problem is this. You heard this problem here? What is the problem here? Carpal tunnel syndrome. They come with the carpal tunnel syndrome. That is swelling here. The swelling, and they will not be able to do the movement. Because our work is mainly wrist work. Two works we do. One is a brain work, second is wrist work, computer work, and smartphone work. You do a lot of work here. So the commonest problem is a carpal tunnel syndrome. And she said, I have to do this exercise, but I'm not getting good response, and somebody told me to do this exercise, and something like that. I told him, the best exercise to avoid carpal tunnel syndrome is washing your own undergarments. That is the best exercise. You will avoid this. Carpal tunnel syndromes you will avoid. And I told you this is the most important organ which is developing in the body. I told you most of the things are becoming vestigious, but the brain and the wrist is the most developing parts of the human body right away. Not only that, if you start washing your undergarments, if you are at home, your mother will be very happy. If husband is washing, any of the parents listening to me, your wife will be very happy. And if you are in the hostel, if you don't put these undergarments into the washing machine, you will avoid spreading nothing less than 21 diseases. Starting from Dobie Switch, E. coli, Salmonella infection. I don't want to name other infections because I don't want to spoil the mood of the graduates. Even the dreaded mosquito spreads only 3 diseases: malaria, filaria, and the dengue. But if you throw your undergarments, you will be spreading 21 diseases. Remember this. So what is important is doing good work, doing natural work. Another thing which I see is when the patients come to me, like the parents, they come, and routine health checkup they come to get, they get the routine health checkup. The first measurement they see is a glucose. We see that glucose, little high glucose. Naturally, the first question is why? Why I got diabetes? It is very, very common, diabetes. And the first question they'll ask you, doctor, why this diabetes for me? Immediately I ask one question: how often you sweat out in a day? You do a lot of exercise. Everybody is doing exercise. But how much you sweat it out in the day, And they have told you that you should do treadmill, you should do cycling, you should do all those things, you should walk. But you see the way they do the exercise. I'll tell you, to be happy, I see a lot of, these software engineers coming and telling me, see, we are giving this nutrition, we are doing this carbohydrate, we are giving vitamin E, everything we are giving, but still, you are not getting what is the health. What is important is at least sweating at least 2 drops per day. That will give you the best health. That will give the best health, I'll tell you. And that will make you to eat good stuffs. And you are sweating. But when I tell all these things, generally people ask me, Sir, you talk all these things. Is there any scientific explanation for this? Can you prove this, that what you're talking is correct or not? I'll tell you. The sweating, so when you do sweating, your body opens and this whatever water you drink, it comes out in the form of a sweat. The same sort of sweating, even the small cells, every cell. If you talked about health, where is the health? Health is not in the brain. Health is not in the heart. Health is not in the kidneys. Health is there in each and every working unit of your body, that is called the cell. The health is in the cell. Just like you sweat out, each and every cell also starts sweating. And these sweating cells will take information. And have you heard of the Higgs proteins? This year's physiology Nobel Prize was given to Peter Higgs, who discovered that whatever you eat, you need not go to the cells. Whatever you eat may go out only. So it may not go to each and every cell. The hormones, the nutrients, they need not go to each and every cell. It goes to the cell only when the cell membrane is open. The cell membrane has got multiple holes. And from there, everything enters into the cell. And that holes are controlled by very minute particles called Higgs particles. And even today, the scientists have gone to the extent of calling these Higgs particles as God's particles. Because your good work, good consciousness, feeling good, all those things will increase the amount of Higgs proteins in the cells. And the Higgs proteins, when you increase the Higgs proteins, and the cell's metabolic activity will increase phenomenally. So friends, my dear graduates, I spoke about the food, I spoke about the exercise. But the most important thing is you should do the work, you should sweat out, but remember what work you should do. You should do good work. Why do I say good work? You should do a good work. So many times, we know what is a bad work, what is a good work. It is very, very easy, like, revenge, jealousy, all those things are bad works. Love, affection, passion, these are all good works. But sometimes it is very, very difficult to distinguish which is good work, which is bad work. So when you are in a dilemma, how to decide which is a good work? Good work. Because when I was in a medical school, they'll say, no, you take this powder, all those things, that top student is also taking this, so no problem, you can take this, the best your boss is also doing this, you can take this. Then you'll have a dilemma whether you should do it or not. What is a good work? The good work is that work which brings a smile in your mother's face. That is a good work. So that is the most important. Whenever you have got a dilemma, should I do it or not? Something you are very sure that you should do it, something you are very sure that you should not do it. But sometimes you will be in a dilemma, should I do it or not? That time you think of your mother's face. If you do that work, if your mother is happy, then definitely you can go ahead and do that work. It is not like a philosophy, in the Wharton School of Business Management, Peter Grant has written a very good book, Give and Take. Name of the book is Give and Take. And give and take is the best policy for success, he says. I don't want to talk about vision, mission, ambition, and all those things. The most important step you can do for success is give and take, written by Peter Grant. Sometimes, I'm amazed by the names of some people. Grant, Peter Grant writing a book on give and take. And we have got Dr. Brain writing a book on diseases of the brain, So like that, I don't know, the mothers will have an intuition that my son will become a big neurologist and write a book on brain, or my son will become a big man and he'll write a book on give and take. So giving and taking, this giving and taking is not like Peter Grant. If you read your Bible, it says enjoyment in giving. If you read your Subhashitas, it says aptopasevi bhavet arogyan. One who helps others becomes very happy. This is very, very simple. It is not that Peter Grant has to tell us. It is there. It is our culture. It is our spirituality. So finally, my dear friends, remember this. Eat natural food. Do your work. Differentiate between work, exercise, and fitness. You need a fitness to do your work. You don't need a fitness to escape your work. Everything is not science. Science will change. Everything need not be proved by science. What we used to live as, that what is given in the book of Bible, what is given in our ancient books, which is what it tells you how to live in this world. Remember, in 25 years when I was studying, gastritis was a big problem, and the gastritis because of increased secretion of hydrochloric acid in the stomach, and the nerve required is called the vagus nerve. 25 years back, we used to cut that vagus nerve for each and every patient having a gastritis. Now, if you talk about that, it becomes a criminal act. Now we know that gastritis is not because of the vagus nerve, it is because of some pathogens in the stomach. And the most important causes stress and all other bad elements in the body. So, science is not the ultimate. And think of doing good things. And finally, for few last words, I feel, my dear graduates, Christ University, I'm also a member of this planning board. Christ University is not because of this hall, this infrastructure, or this whatever it is, or even because of the faculty, or because of vice chancellor, or because of chancellor. Christ University will be known because of you students. Wherever you go, wherever you work, wherever you act, you remember that you are students of Christ University. And you are messengers of Christ University. Keep doing good work. Keep eating natural food. And I feel the blessings of your parents will always be there. And the best wishes of your students, your teachers will always be there. And I feel you will be successful in each and every step. Thank you very much. God bless you.
That was indeed an awakening. Our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Father Thomas Aikara, leads all of us, the fraternity here at Christ University, to serve God through people around us. Father, I humbly request you to address the gathering.
Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Balakrishna Shetty, dear Reverend Dr. Thomas C. Matthew, our Vice Chancellor, dear Dr. Abraham, our Pro Vice Chancellor, dear heads of the faculties, dear Mr. Yugnu Baroi, the President of Christ Alumni Association, dear parents, and my dear graduating students. Today, all of us, you and me, are extremely happy. And we have listened to a very, very useful address from the chief guest of the day. Very useful about food, about exercise, and about give and take. And that too, listening to a medical doctor. It was so beautiful and so useful. Thank you so much here. Convocation, as we all know, is a formal and annual celebration or a ceremony. It's a great and grateful day for all of us, especially for the graduating students, for their proud parents, and Christ University fraternity. The entire Christite family can really be proud on this day and should praise God for His manifold blessings on all of us. On this happy and auspicious occasion, let me congratulate all the graduating students for their very commendable achievements. One of your fond dreams has come true today. Not all dreams, but only one, namely securing a prestigious degree from Christ University. Please do not stop dreaming. Continue your dreams, not only for yourselves, for your parents, for everybody else, especially for the people of the weakest sections of the society. I would say that when you stop dreaming, you start dying. That means your creativity dies, your inner dynamism evaporates, and your innovativeness and initiatives stop. Hence, keep dreaming with realism and idealism. Please, in your dreams, do not be individualistic and exclusive, but always collective and inclusive. Let's be proud of the Indian genius of inclusiveness, Indian vision of education as integration and self-awakening. In fact, the beautiful talk given by our chief guest gave us a lot of food for self-awakening, especially on those three areas. We, the Christite fraternity, send you to the world with a noble vision. Please do convert the Christite vision of excellence and service into your concrete actions of daily life. In your future journey, there should not be a disconnect between the vision and your life. You, my dear graduates, are the future face of Christ University. You are the effective and vibrant ambassadors of Christite culture and Christite values. It is said that there are two kinds of histories. One, the Harvard case study type. The other, the masses right, the academic type and so-called popular type. We, the members of the faculty and management, can write an excellent academic type of history of Christ University. But it is you, the outgoing graduates, who, through your life and performance, do write the real history of Christ University. Let the history of Christ University that you write in future be an excellent and enlightening one. Let the history that you write be inspiring and empowering, creative, contributive, and unique. I said earlier that today is great and grateful. We are bound to be always grateful. Gratitude, said Shakespeare, is the noblest attitude of man. It makes us happy and hopeful, content and creative. Gratitude, to my mind, is a great tonic, both spiritual and psychological. It makes our life predominantly positive. My dear graduates, you have so many reasons to be grateful, especially today. You are indeed chosen ones from various parts of the world. Several young ones of your age and stage desire to study in this great university, but only a small section of them could submit their applications. From among those applied, only a few could get admitted. Again, not all who started with you could not graduate today. Many have spent their time and talents for you. They all have prepared you to this glorious moment, but not only for this glorious moment, but for your entire life, for your bright and successful future. Christ University, as a much sought after center of higher education, has tried to give you ample opportunities for your holistic development, strengthening your self-confidence and self-mastery, empowering your attitude of performance, and encouraging your talents of creativity. As graduates of